Some people on the internet will just swear that if you leave a bottle of vermouth out, it's gonna turn horrible. There's other people I've seen on the internet that said they've had bottles sit out for years and it tastes just fine. Everyone knows the internet's so full of trolls and bad info. How do you know what to believe? So I decided to test it myself. I'll be using Koki Sweet Vermouth for this test. Even their own website says to chill and use within 1 month. 10 weeks ago, I opened these 3 bottles and did weekly tests. This is going to be the control. Still unopened, sealed, and bought at the same time I bought these other ones. It's just been sitting in a cabinet. This one, if this one doesn't have a change, none of them are. This one I opened and I didn't put the cork back on. For 10 weeks, it's been sitting without a cork. I'm pretty sure drinking that's not gonna make me sick. I think there's enough alcohol in the sweet vermouth to not let anything grow, I hope. This one I've been drinking for 10 weeks without refrigeration. I just pour some, recap. This is the refrigerated, 10-week-old refrigerated. It's still cold now, I just got it out of the refrigerator. And this is just an extra data point. This is my personal bottle I've been having in the refrigerator for 9 months. There's people that say a bottle of sweet vermouth will not last 9 months, even in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna compare it to fresh. I'll quickly edit in the 8 weeks. I skipped week number 9. You have a watch of those, and then I'm gonna do a final taste test after that. Okay, this is week 0. I've got my 4 bottles of vermouth. I'm gonna mark refrigerated, unrefrigerated, unrefrigerated, and left open. And the last bottle's gonna stay capped. Gonna pour 1 ounce out of each and drink it. These are all from the same lot. That's a satisfying pop. All right, this last one is staying open. I'm gonna just throw this cork away. Okay, cheers. See you next week. Okay, this is week 1. I'm gonna compare all 3 vermouths. This is the refrigerated vermouth. Put in exactly 1 ounce. And I'm gonna give it a stir for 30 seconds. So this one was covered for a week, unrefrigerated. And this last one has been open for a week. All right, I'm gonna smell them, so I don't want to drink poison. Refrigerated smells good. Unrefrigerated smells good. The one left open smells good. Tastes like what I expect from brand new bottle. Tastes exactly the same. One that's been left open. This is the wild card, I guess, for just 1 week. Maybe that tastes different. No, maybe not. I think they all still taste exactly the same. I'm just gonna combine these and drink them. All right, and I'll be back next week. Okay, this is after 2 weeks. I know I've read from people that they say unrefrigerated vermouth will be bad in just 2 weeks. So I'll probably disprove that now, but maybe they're right. Okay, they all smell exactly the same. This is refrigerated. This is unrefrigerated but closed. Tastes the same. And the bottle that's been open for 2 weeks. Still tastes the same. Everything is still good at 2 weeks, regardless of how you store it. Be back next week. This is after 3 weeks of opening. I'm trying really hard to taste the difference, but there's still nothing that's noticeable. Still, they all taste exactly the same. So I'll be back in another week. Okay, this is after 4 weeks since I opened these bottles. I did notice this week that the bottle that's been open the whole time, the smell's gone down. It's much less strong than the others. Straight out of the bottle, you could barely smell it, and smells about half as strong. So this unrefrigerated and the refrigerated still taste exactly the same. I think it's weaker now. Just barely weaker. I think that's the first time I've tasted a difference, though. Still tastes the same flavor, just slightly weaker. Wonder if the alcohol's been evaporating. I'm still gonna just mix them together and drink them. I'll be back next week. All right, this is 5 weeks after I first opened these bottles. The one that's been opened has less aroma. I think they pretty much taste the same. I'd even expect after 5 weeks, it would have been much different than this. You could barely tell a difference. I'll be back in another week. These bottles looks like they're about half empty right now. It's now been 6 weeks since I opened these bottles. It's still so similar. And unrefrigerated tastes exactly like the refrigerated still. Yeah, still tastes the same. Another week of no change. Okay, this is week 7. Both the refrigerated and the unrefrigerated smell the same. And they still both taste the same. Even the bottle that's been opened still smells the same, just maybe slightly lighter. If there's any difference, it's so minor. I can't tell. All right, I'm gonna mix these up just the same with a cube of ice. If you didn't notice, I've got 4 Glencairns, and I don't have a 5th, so I'm using a poor man's nice measuring glass for this 9-month-old. I'm gonna start off by just giving a smell to them all. See if there's any differences in the smell. Well, they all smell the same except for this bottle that's been open for 10 weeks. It smells the same, but it's much weaker. It's got about half the smell. It must have just certain things evaporated out of there. Maybe there's no alcohol content left in there since alcohol evaporates so easy, but it still smells the same, just weaker. I'm very familiar with that taste. I'm going to go straight to the bottle that's been left open, because if any of these taste different, this is going to have the highest chance of something going wrong. Yeah, that one does taste different. Not a huge amount though. There's almost no bitterness left in this one. It tastes the same, but minus the bitterness. All right, I'm gonna move to the next one. This one has been being used weekly, unrefrigerated for 10 weeks. It's so similar. I'm gonna say they taste exactly the same. This one's been used for 10 weeks, just refrigerated. Yeah, this tastes the same also. Now this one has been used for 9 months now is when I first opened it. And it has also been kept in the refrigerator. And it's a little less than half full in that bottle. Oh, that is surprising. That one tastes different. What does that taste? vaguely taste of bile. I haven't used this for a few months. The last time I got into it, maybe 5 months ago since I've had any of this. Yeah. There's something wrong with that. I'm going to say this bottle that's been open for 10 weeks without a cork on it tastes much more similar to the control bottle than this 9-month-old that's been in the refrigerator. Zero difference between the bottle that's been refrigerated and the bottle that's been unrefrigerated. So the conclusion I could come to with this test over 10 weeks isn't long enough of a difference for refrigeration to matter. It's not long enough to change the flavor noticeably. You want to keep your cork on it and it will keep all the flavors. This one lost some flavor. It didn't change it at all. And then 9 months is too long, even refrigerated. Definitely all those doomers that say 2 weeks, if you leave it unrefrigerated for 2 weeks, that's completely not true. I can't prove it at this point that forever you don't need to refrigerate. But after 10 weeks, refrigeration does not matter. Well, if these are a little over 2 months, then just fine. 9 months is on the limit. I would say reasonably 6 months in the refrigerator for sure. I'm guessing 6 months unrefrigerated is going to be just fine. Anyway, I hope that helped. Don't worry about refrigerating your bottles if you're going to use them up within 2-3 months. It's going to taste exactly the same as if you refrigerate it. If you've got your own opinion about how long it lasts, let me know in the comments. I'm sure everyone out there has their own opinion. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.